Can you grow your own homegrown vegetables without the use of harsh chemicals and synthetic fertilizers, folks? Well, I'm sure you can. Here's an example of it. Now, this is 1 square meter, and because we've got about 10 1 square meters, we haven't harvested everything in here early enough, but we are going to today. Now, this has been grown without the use of synthetic fertilizers. Why? Because we want nutritionally rich vegetables coming out of our garden, just as we have here. We've got some beetroot, let me pull one out, that are huge, and if I leave them here, they're not even bolting yet. They're going to grow and keep growing. How healthy is that? Look at that aggregation. That's what you want to see. You want to see the soil clinging onto the roots there, because the life in the soil is in abundance, and that's how your plants should be as well. Now, up till now, we have been living a life of wanting our vegetables, no matter what type it is, or even fruit, here today all the time. And I don't mean here in my garden bed, but on a supermarket shelf, because as soon as you turn up there, why haven't we got any cucumbers? Why are the tomatoes out of season? What's missing? They're not out of season, they're grown all year round, but they're grown artificially, and that means they look like a tomato. They may feel, well, they don't even feel like a tomato, they feel like a hard rock. And they don't even taste like a tomato either, by the way, and I know all of you know that. And sorry to the growers who do that. Not my decision to grow them like that. My decision is to grow them here. So we've all made a move towards growing at home, and we are doing a great job, and I know more and more of you are starting to do that. But now it's time to learn how to grow them at home and what you need to do to be able to grow them healthy, so you can get the full benefits of the nutrition that comes out of these vegetables, so your body can self-heal. So if you start using chemicals, and you are using synthetic fertilizers, and some people out there are promoting you to do that, well, if they are, turn away, switch off, as my mother would say. Don't listen to that, because at the end of the day, yes, we want to make a living, but we want to make a living helping you better your lifestyle and better your intake of good nutritional food. If it's going to be at the health and the sacrifice of your health, well, you defeat the purpose. You may as well line up at the supermarket and wait for those tomatoes to turn up, because they're only a day away if they're out of stock. That's how fast they grow. So here we have grown this garden bed in nothing but a clean organic mix. Now, you don't have to buy potting mixes and organic mixes, as I'm just mentioning here. You can make your own. Now, some of you may have the space to do that, and great, do that, because Mother Nature has it all in the ground for you. All you need to do is make sure you mulch it, and mulch you can make yourself as well, but not everybody's got the ability or the space to do that. Now, if you live in a courtyard or a balcony, there's no excuse to say you can't grow, because you can grow. You can grow things like microgreens, for example, which are very rich in nutrition for your health. You can make juices out of those, so you supplement that. But the problem is, a lot of us get a little bit lazy. And when we get a little bit lazy, it means, oh, it's all too hard. We can't grow this, we can't do that. How much does it cost? Well, my outlay initially, forget about the raised bed, because this is a trial, but inside this bed is about 5 or 6 bags of our planting mix. 10 to 14 bucks they average. 5 or 6 bags, that's it. Now, we've done about 4 or 5 months of growing in here. We're about to pull all this out, and I do not need to replace it, because look, it's still all in here. Don't mind this gorilla size beetroot. Oh, geez, let me get it out, if I can get it out. Look at that. That's not bad. Now, you can see some in the supermarkets like that size too, maybe bigger too, but I can tell you something, the nutritional value in this outweighs anything there. And they should be measuring your produce that you buy, if you're going to, by the nutritional value, not by the weight. When you go to the scale there to weigh it, and that's how much they charge you by the weight, what's it full of? Nothing. Exactly. Now back to the soil. Have a look at this. This is after we've grown 5, 6 months of veggies in here. And look at that. Yes, the nutrients in the soil can deplete somewhat, but look at this texture. I haven't watered this today, and it's still holding its little body there. You know, it's forming up. So we have got some good soil in here, folks. It's rich, and all it needs now is a top up. So when you replant, all you need to do is sprinkle a little bit of fertilizer over the top. And I mean organic. And it can be slow release as well. Organic, slow release. So when it comes time to harvesting, folks, things like beetroot, yep, you got to take them out because they're a root vegetable. And look at all this good soil. We spoke about that before, and that's telling you it has got some really good aggregation, and that means the microbes are connecting with the root system. They're the mycorrhizal fungi, if I got that correct, and they're feeding really well. They're doing the exchange going on. But things like lettuce, well, these things here, you do continuous picking, and we've done that already in the past, but now it's about to bulb because we should have harvested completely. But lettuce plants, so you don't waste your money, and having to replace every little hole that you dig out there, leave the roots in there, just above ground or just level to the ground if you like, and that will decay over time. Sometimes they'll actually shoot up and give you another feed out of that, but if they don't despair, because the root system there becomes a food source and a home for the microbes in the soil. So things like that you leave in the ground. The onions, well, are these are forming onions. These are normal. These are just normal onions. There you go. So they can be cut to the ground as well, because with spring onions you can get 3 or 4 harvests out of those. For example, the lettuce isn't quite ready, but if we go around here, we just cut flat to the ground just like that, and that will take off again. Literally overnight you'll start to see them pushing out, because that's the natural habit of the onion once you cut it, and it's a spring onion. So we're cutting the lettuce out as well. We're going to make a big salad out of all this. And with the beetroot, well, we're going to boil these up, slice them and jar them. I'm going to leave the little one in there if it wants to let go. Oh, there's another one on that side. Oh, well, they're all going to come out. Now, this here, folks, is all from one bed, obviously, apart from the onion and some of these ugly-looking carrots, and that is in just one day. So this will last us. Have a look at the amount of beetroot we got here and some lettuce there. Now, yes, I grew a lot of beetroot in there, but, folks, in 1 square metre, you can harvest, and you can pick your favourite veggies if you like. You grow something that you love growing. Obviously, not a big ball cabbage like that, because that'll take all the space up in that bed there, but grow things like spring onions, your lettuce, and companion planting, and we're talking a lot of different varieties, and not all from the same family. So do a little bit of research on that, because they really do explode the microbial count in the soil when you mix and match lettuce, spring onions, beetroot, flowering plants if you like. You can have even a tomato in there, and that's what we're going to do now. We're going to replant there, and if you've only got 1 square metre and there's only 2 of you in a household, I reckon you could eat out of that for at least a month. And if you continuously replant something that you've taken out of that little 1 square metre bed, like I've just taken out now, and I'm putting a chili plant in there, well, you'll have continuous picking. And even with lettuce, you've harvested the lettuce, replace it with a new one. And it doesn't cost a lot of money to buy seeds. A packet of seeds, $3, including postage. You kidding me? There's 100 seeds in there. Leave 1 plant to go to seed. If I let this go anymore, this would be flowering on top, and I'd get about 2,000 or 3,000 lettuce seeds out of that. What did that cost me? Nothing, just a bit of patience and time. And if you look around, that's what we do in this garden. We've got kale going to seed. If you're wondering why, because they all self-germinate. And that's nature's little helpers, little volunteers we call them. They just pop up out of nowhere, and they're little delicacies and surprises for your garden. And now, folks, I'm going to be planting back into this bed here without disturbing it, no digging over, just a little hole to put my little seedling in there. And I'm going to plant a little capsicum in here. So my initial investment was 5 bags of planting mix. Just going to move this little seedling out of the way. And after that, all you need to do is fertilize it. So replenish it by just giving it a top dress. So let's just dig a little hole to start with. Right there like that. Look at this soil. Have a look at it. Have a look how good this is. We've got fibrous roots running around everywhere. And there's no harm in digging into those a little bit, because whatever plant they're connected to, they'll just die off. That's the roots, that is, and the plant will just grow some new ones. So we're popping in a chili plant. This is a Kathumbi, if I pronounce that correctly. Big brown, never grown one of those. It's extreme hot, so it's a 10 plus. I'm sure there's hotter ones out there, but have a look at look at that. That's scary. Good healthy roots on this. So dig down in there like that. It's so soft and friable and not even boggy at all. And straight in it goes. And now all you need to do after your initial investment, as I said, that was the bags. We're going to put some slow release fertilizer, superfood. This is what a slow release fertilizer should look like. Have a look at that. Not my fingers, but the stuff inside there. Now that's a slow release, organic, nature's way fertilizer. Nothing that we've done to it to compromise its quality and nutritional value, and obviously the microbial count. But if it's an orange little ball that you're looking at, or a yellow one, or pink one, or blue one, well, steer right away from those, because they are anything but natural. So sprinkle a little bit of this around like that is all you need to do. That's superfood, full of microbial count and perfect for your soil. And then the black grit, rock mineral, high calcium silicate, strengthens the plant's ability to take up all the other micronutrients in the soil without burning, without overgrowing, gives a plant a more resilient ability to control itself and protect itself against pests and diseases as well. So there you have it, folks. In 1 square metre garden bed, we've already harvested half of it here, and we have been picking through the journey of the harvest that we've done here. So we've got another half to go. And I'll tell you something, we're not going to get through it in the next week or two unless we eat beetroot every day. And everybody should be able to do the same thing. Grow your own and grow it the right way. Not the crappy way. Not the way they tell you it's the best way. We've got to do a full circle here. So now you're getting into gardening at home, great stuff. Start getting into the proper way of gardening and the clean way, the way nature wants you to be growing it, the way nature grows it on its own. And let us not interfere with it unless it's done naturally. Yes, we've got some great fertilizers, and that's all I use. Black grit superfood, and if you want to go the full hog, our liquid feeds. But it's not just our products out there that are great. There are many companies out there who also make a great organic fertilizer. Research them, understand them. Do they do podcast videos like we do every day? If they don't, ask them why. Get them to do something. Get them to research and show you what they do with their products. It's important to understand what you're putting into the ground, because whatever you put into the soil, you're putting into your mouth. And it's not just from your own garden. It can be from anywhere you shop. If it says organic, do some research, because there's more to it than just being organic. Sometimes they have a little fine writing at the bottom of the bag or the container. Have a look around. So grow. No one can say that you can't grow. You don't need big acreage or large spaces of land to grow. Small pot plants, half square meters, 1 square meters, plenty for a couple to enjoy, and you get those nutritional values, and you'll feel so much better, energetic, and you'll talk all day and night like I do, because that's all we do. We eat like this and we just talk like this all the time. Check out our website, vasilisgarden.com. From me, Vasili Maresi.